Welcome to Short-Term Wins, Long-Term Wreckage. This presentation explores how corporate short-sightedness, the constant pursuit of quarterly praise and shareholder approval, destroys long-term value, brand trust, innovation, and customer loyalty. Companies today are trapped in a cycle of chasing quick wins at the expense of people, product, and purpose. The respect effect model shows how sustainable success comes from long-term thinking, respect-driven leadership, and putting customers and employees first, not Wall Street optics. Peter Drucker said it best: "The purpose of business is to create and keep a customer." But many corporations today have reversed this logic, prioritizing shareholders at the expense of customers and employees. This trade-off destroys loyalty, erodes brand trust, and creates massive long-term costs. To rebuild trust, organizations must reinvest in people, improve transparency, and prioritize the long-term health of their culture and customer relationships. Modern executives admit they are operating under intense short-term pressure. 81% say short-term profit demands compromise long-term strategy. CEO tenure has dropped from 8.1 years down to 6.4, not long enough to build anything meaningful. R&D investments have declined by 22%. This creates a culture of short-termism, where decisions focus on optics, not outcomes. The respect effect solution: adopt a people-first profitability model, where every decision must serve the customer, protect the employee, and strengthen the product. Corporate short-termism means prioritizing immediate returns over sustainability, innovation, and human capital. Warning signs include R&D freezes, stagnant wages, mass layoffs during profitable years, and policy decisions that undermine trust. Long-term organizations dramatically outperform their short-term peers: stronger revenue, greater earnings, higher economic profit. Meanwhile, only 42% of employees trust corporate leadership today. The respect effect solution: implement leadership scorecards based on respect, empowerment, accountability, and development, not just profit. Boeing is a powerful example of what happens when financial optics replace operational excellence. After shifting from engineering-driven leadership to finance-driven leadership, safety took a backseat. The 2024 Alaska Airlines door plug failure revealed missing bolts and critical maintenance oversights. The FAA capped production, market value collapsed, and the world's trust was shaken. Meanwhile, executive compensation climbed while engineering talent was reduced by thousands. Respect effect solution: tie leadership compensation to safety, quality, and trust, not output volume. Wells Fargo created 3.5 million fake accounts due to unrealistic sales quotas. The damage was catastrophic: resignations, Senate hearings, billions in fines, and a decade-long reputation crisis. This scandal wasn't caused by frontline employees. It was caused by leadership culture. Respect effect solution: replace aggressive sales quotas with ethical performance metrics anchored in customer satisfaction and trust. Warner Bros. Discovery sacrificed creative culture for tax write-offs. Entire films, including Batgirl, were scrapped for accounting benefits, resulting in billions in write-downs and a collapse in creative trust. The company lost 60% of its market value as creators and audiences disengaged. Respect effect solution: empower creators, invest in quality, and anchor decisions in cultural value, not quarterly optics. Unity introduced a retroactive runtime fee, a decision that infuriated developers worldwide. Retroactive monetization shattered trust, leading to mass layoffs, CEO resignation, and a stock decline. Trust is extremely difficult to rebuild once it's compromised. Respect effect solution: implement transparent ethical pricing practices, never surprise, never retroactive. Trust precedes transactions. Despite its legacy, Disney leaned on price increases instead of creativity. Major releases lost hundreds of millions, while Disney Plus raised prices by 25%. This led to significant churn and audience fatigue. Short-term revenue patches damaged long-term brand strength. Respect effect solution: reinvest in creativity, storytelling, and emotional value, the foundation of the Disney brand. Xbox raised Game Pass prices while simultaneously closing beloved studios. Fans felt punished, paying more while receiving less. brand trust declined by 22%, and engagement dropped significantly. Respect Effect Solution: use loyalty-based pricing and transparent communication to rebuild trust with one of the most passionate communities in gaming. Apple's innovation slowdown has led to an increased reliance on price increases to maintain growth. While hardware progress stagnates, prices continue to rise, creating consumer frustration and market fatigue. Long-term loyalty erodes when innovation no longer matches price expectations. Respect Effect Solution: reinvest heavily in true innovation before depending on pricing elasticity. Customer exploitation produces short-term gains but long-term losses. 73% of consumers switch brands after feeling undervalued. Trust-first organizations grow 2.6 times faster, and 89% of customers expect empathy. Respect Effect Solution: build a customer respect framework. Recognition, responsiveness, reciprocity. Treat customers as assets, not extraction points. Organizations must choose between shareholder-first and customer-first models. Companies that prioritize employees and customers create more sustainable profitability and long-term brand power. Respect Effect Solution: rebuild the business hierarchy around purpose. Employee engagement plus customer trust equals shareholder value. There are common patterns in every case study. Metrics replaced meaning. Employees became expendable. Customers were exploited. Innovations stagnated. Reputations decayed. Each collapse began where respect ended. Respect Effect Solution: make respect the core metric, because culture drives creativity, compliance, and customer loyalty. Short-termism creates massive trust debt. Billions lost in market value, penalties from regulators, union strikes, customer churn, and talent exodus. Trust takes years to build, but seconds to break. Respect Effect Solution: adopt a trust continuity model. Leaders must evaluate the 1-year, 3-year, and 5-year trust impact before making a major decision. Great organizations must look further than the next quarter. Tie leadership pay to quality and trust, not just volume. Reinvest in people, innovation, and long-term strategy. Lead transparently and avoid retroactive policies that erode trust. Respect Effect Conclusion: you cannot save your way to greatness. You can only build it through trust, integrity, and innovation. Rebuild trust. Reinvest in people. Reignite innovation.